What's going on, everybody? Greg Ehrenberg here from Odd Shopper. It's Saturday, and it's time for me to break down the PrizePicks slate for today. And we only have one NBA game today, so it's not like there are an abundance of props to choose from. And if you want to be safe, I think it is totally fair to take this slate off. And also, I don't really think there's a massive amount of value on the board. So what I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to be telling you that if you are playing cards over on PrizePicks today, these are the best projected props. But with that in mind, these are not parlays, in my opinion, that are actually going to be plus EV. So we'll call this more recreational and the best available options. But I do think on a one-game slate, it is a little hard to find all that many props that I could really recommend getting behind in any kind of strong way. But that caveat aside, let's look at the tools we have here over at Stokastic.com. And just looking at our Pick'em Pro package, and Pick'em, it is going to cover NBA, NHL, and MLB props. We have it for PrizePicks, Underdog, and No House Advantage. So if you guys are in a state where you can't bet on sports, but you have access to these pick'em sites like PrizePicks, Underdog, NHA, we have a package available. You get access to it for the first time for less than $5 when you sign up using the link that we have below. And yeah, we've got NHL in here. We've got MLB as well. Just looking at the NBA ones for the purpose of this video. And some of the stuff that we have projected decently for this one-game NBA slate. By the way, a game that I'm really, really looking forward to. I'm stoked for the Nuggets and Sun series. It's probably the playoff series that I've looked forward to the most of any of them so far this year. And we do have some props that are projected to win more often than not. So, like I said, there are some not terrible options, but a little bit limited considering it's only a one-game slate. But Chris Paul under 9 assists is our number one overall projected prop for PrizePicks tonight. And one thing that we saw happen to Chris Paul is his assist rate dipped last series. And I do think that's in large part because of all the minutes that Devin Booker and Kevin Durant are playing. KD and Booker were each playing like mid-40s minutes in the last series. As a result, the ball just wasn't in Chris Paul's hands quite as often. The final 4 games of the series, 7 assists, 9 assists, 7 assists, 8 assists. So the 4 games that the Clippers won, he didn't have double-digit assists in any of them. We even projected for 7.8. So don't mind taking a look at the under there. A couple of props here. They're projecting well for Nikola Jokic, under 13 rebounds, just a massive line, and then over 9 assists. If I can only pick one of them, which you can't include both of these Jokic props in the same card, I would lean toward the over on the assist prop just because of what I think it's going to require for Denver to win the series against Phoenix. I think Jokic is going to have to play really big minutes, and that wasn't really needed against the Minnesota Timberwolves, although in the closeout game, he did play 42 minutes. We didn't see him play the minutes that Durant and Booker played in the first round of the series. I do think we could see that in the next round. In last game, we did get 42 minutes out of Nikola Jokic, registered 12 assists, and I do think there's a chance that we see him play 40-plus minutes regularly in this series, and if that ends up being the case, well, Jokic in the regular season was playing 33 and a half minutes per game, and he was averaging just under 10 assists in those minutes. So if we're now going to say that Jokic is going to get an additional 7-8 minutes, then it's pretty reasonable to think that just south of 10 assist average in the regular season becomes something like 10 and a half in the playoffs, making the over 9 assists look pretty good when we have it projected for 10.2. And another player from Denver who I think could play extended minutes in the series, Jamal Murray. Another guy who we're going to see Denver really have to lean on. Denver does not have the strongest bench in the world. And if you get into a situation where the Suns on the other side of the game are going to be playing Devin Booker and Kevin Durant for nearly the entire game, Denver's kind of have to do the same with Jokic and Jamal Murray, or else you're running the risk of just not having your best players on the court for yourselves against the best players from the Suns. So I do think we're going to see really big minutes out of Jamal Murray. Last 2 games in the series against the Timberwolves, he did play 41 minutes in each of those. And we have seen him be able to handle bigger workloads down the stretch of the regular season as well. They're pretty cautious of him in the early going of the season, which makes sense. He was coming off ACL surgery. He missed all of last year, wasn't playing back-to-backs at the start of the year. But Jamal Murray, totally healthy now. And over the last couple of weeks, we did see him average 6.4 assists per game. And now if we're going to start to see him play, somewhere in the neighborhood of 41, 42 minutes per game, I do think the 6 assist prop is a little bit too low. So, like I said, nothing that I'm uber confident in, but given the options that we have, those are what I think the best props are. Chris Paul under 9 assists, Nikola Jokic over 9 assists. So under 9 assists, over 9 assists, and then Jamal Murray over 6 assists. You see some other ones that project fairly well for us, but nothing that I feel too confident in that I would recommend playing. Nikola Jokic, talked about the rebound prop and the under there. Devin Booker under 2.5 threes. Michael Porter Jr. over 2.5 threes. These are all ones that project to win a little bit more frequently than not for us, but still not ones that I feel super confident in. The ones I feel best about are the ones I outlined before. If you have any questions, comments at all, jump in our Chalkboard channel. It is free to download the Chalkboard app. It is free to download our channel. You could ask me any questions you want there. Lofty's also been in there hanging out. We post a bunch of additional bets in there. And also, we answer any questions you guys have. So if you guys want to join that, it is totally free. Go check it out. Other than that, guys, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Enjoy the game tonight. Have a great weekend.